Today, same thing, Muslim also they answer.
Muslim also say we don't have. So you treat them as atheists. Anyone. They may Muslim ko Quran se lena dena nahi hai. That means they're namesake Muslims. They are not practicing Muslims, they're namesake Muslims. Quran says they're pseudo-Muslims. Naam ke Musliman. Abdullah, Zakir, Mohamed, Sultan, name will be there. But Muslim in definition means person who submits civil to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So then with these people, when we talk about science and technology, they would like to give a hearing. Then talk about Quran and science. Therefore, you see my talk, some on Quran, modern science, some on Hadith, some on Quran. So you realize that you may never know. So you have to try a level best. But once these people who are against, when they're staunch enemies, when they accept Islam, mashallah, they become the staunchest supporters. Hope that answers the question. Okay, brother.
Assalamu alaikum. The other day, there was an article in the Times of India that Danish people are the happiest people in the world. Indians were ranked 125th. I expected the Arabs, considering the teachings of the Quran, to take the lead. So, I mean, what's wrong?
Brother, that was a question that there was a survey, when I read that article, that the happiest people in the world, in any country, is Denmark. And then I think in Switzerland, then Austria, and USA, I think it was 42 or something like that, somewhere close, I don't know exactly. And Indians came 126th. 126th, and I read that article. So he's asking that he thought that maybe Arabs would be. See, brother, the person who had done the survey, depend what is happiness for him. Understand? Some people spending time with a girlfriend may be happiness. So first you have to check up what is the criteria for happiness in that article. Some people may find happiness in robbing. You understand? Some people in dancing. Some people having alcohol. So if you say according to that person having alcohol is the happiest person, then Saudi Arabia would come last. So you have to realize what is the definition of happiness. See, every survey that is there. So normally according to you, happiness is not to have alcohol, doing good deeds, not to tell lies, not to rob. That is happiness. So you are thinking according to your psychology. If you do the survey, inshallah, Saudi Arabia would come number one. I agree with you. So it depends on what are the criteria for that survey. So first the criteria, right or wrong, is important. Is it in line with Islam or not? So therefore we say that who is the most successful person in this world? The person who goes to Jannah. For them, maybe a person who earns. So the most successful people in this world. So they may put Bill Gates number one. Correct? For us, Bill Gates. Maybe he'll come where, I don't know. I don't want to put any care. But surely he will not be the most successful, because for us success is following Allah and His Rasul. So it keeps on differing. So when you read these surveys, you should be careful. What is the meaning of happiness is important. So here when we go, that there maybe pornography is very common. So person who reads pornography is the happiest person. For him, happiness is that. First it is jihad, that you should not do zina, you should not go close to this. And yet, so the thing is that the people have misconceptions. People normally think that those who are richest in the world are happiest. They are not. Actually, if you do a survey, people staying in villages, maybe earning a few hundred rupees a month, they are happy. They have no tension at all. We that live in the city with all the science and technology, we may have a Mercedes car, we may travel in plane, but true happiness, they sleep peacefully. You know, we realize that if we do a survey, those people who are healthy are not actually happy. Inner peace is not there. There are some people, for inner peace for them may be doing dawah. Maybe following Allah and His Rasul. So, you may realize that the people who are on the wrong path also may be very happy. A robber is very happy, a rapist is very happy. So happiness is subjective. You have to analyze what are the criteria of happiness in that article is important. So in that way they give the grading. But our criteria, happiness is the Quran. Quran and Sunnah. Earning is not the criteria. Whether you're earning 1,000 rupees or 1 lakh rupees or 10 lakh rupees. Our criteria is that when we are doing something, we are pleasing Allah and His Rasul. Because we are looking for the final happiness, akhirah. But inshallah, if we follow the Quran, Sunnah, eternal happiness, inshallah, we'll get in the Jannah, inshallah. Hope that answers the question.
The best time for a person who's fasting to make dua is while breaking his fasting. There is nothing that draws you closer to Allah better than obligatory acts. I want to fast every single day of the year. This is not acceptable. In Ramadan, there is Laylatul Qadr. the night of destiny. So one night is equivalent to 1,000 months, whatever you do in that night.
Ramadan Fiqh Issues, today at 5:30 p.m. UK and 6:30 p.m. Europe on Peace TV. Asim Al-Hakim.
People tend to make the common mistake of looking for peace in far and remote places. But if we look a bit closer, we will find the peace within. For directions and messages that give us happiness and success, join us.
Mind Your Soul, tonight at 10:30 p.m. UK and 11:30 p.m. Europe on Peace TV.
Yes, brother.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
I'm not making a criticism, just for the clarification here. My question is a little bit long, okay, because I cannot cut it short. You must be remembering just 5 to 7 years back, okay, you gave a talk on namaz in Sabu Siddiq Engineering College ground. There were 2 questions posed. One question was, what is the difference between gymnastic and namaz? You gave some 10 points. Another question, in Indian culture, okay, which dress is preferable, especially for the namaz, kurta, pajama, or topi, pant, shirt, tie, or coat. You gave in a standard format your answer, but you didn't differentiate the way you differentiated for the namaz and gymnastic. What I want to say, okay, if you take the kurta, pajama, and pant, shirt, and coat, tie one side, the differences are the cost of kurta pajama cloth is less than the pant, shirt, and tie. Second thing, stitching of kurta pajama is less than the pant, shirt, and coat, tie. The washing soap consumption is less than the kurta, pant, and tie. Drying time is less than the kurta pajama tie. And the putting on time, the dress, if you put on the kurta pajama, it takes 15 seconds, where pant, shirt, tie, and coat, it takes 5 times. In 5 minutes, you can offer 5 rakat namaz. And on top of it, identity of the Muslim Indian culture is kurta pajama, and identity of the Christianity is pant, shirt, and coat, tie. And then lastly, if you are in pant and shirt and tie, if you are near to the pub, wine shop, or theater, you will be invited, where a person wearing kurta pajama and topi, he will be invited.
Brother asked a very good question. He said that I gave him the talk on Salah and Sabu Siddiq. It's not Sabu Siddiq, it is Patkar Hall. You show me the cassette. You show me the cassette where I spoke about gymnastic, etc. I will give you 1 lakh rupees. How much? 1 lakh rupees. It's in Patkar Hall. Accept it at least. No problem. But the question is the same. That doesn't mean your question is wrong. I'm just correcting it, because if I say yes, then tomorrow they'll ask me, please give me the color Sabu Siddiq. Sabu Siddiq was Quran Modern Science. In Patkar Hall, it was Salah, the program into righteousness. And both these questions were there about gymnastics and Salah. So the brother said, when I compared gymnastics and Salah, I gave so many differences, which you are very happy, I believe. You agree with it, correct? MashaAllah. Why? Because it was on Islamic guidelines. Every Muslim will agree that Salah is more closer to Islam than gymnastics. Now, when it comes to kurta pajama and to shirt pant, opposing each other, or coat and tie, I gave answer but didn't give the differences. Now, brother gave drying time is less, stitching time is less, etc. I immediately thought, why don't you wear a langot? If you wear a langot, less cloth is required, less drying time, less stitching time. See, people are laughing. But immediately they will say the answer is wrong. Why? Because langot is not Islamic dress. Correct? Now I was comparing Salah with gymnastics. Salah is a fard. Gymnastics is optional. So when I'm comparing gymnastics, which is not breaking any rules of the Sharia, becomes optional. If you do gymnastics breaking rule of Sharia, that becomes haram. So when I'm comparing optional with fard, fard is always on top. Now here, I'm comparing 2 optional things, and I'll tell you why both optional. But not comparing your answer you gave, drying time less, stitching time less, this, that, this. Langot will take your kurta pajama lock, stock and barrel. But langot is haram. Wearing only langot, huh? On langot, if you wear kurta pajama, shirt, pant, it may become allowed. So if you wear langot outside, less cloth, less stitching, cheaper, etc., etc., etc. Now, so you keep langot out. Why? Because langot is haram. Now when you're comparing kurta pajama and shirt and pant, there is no Quranic verse. There is no hadith which says kurta pajama is Islamic. So you say that in India we are being identified with kurta pajama. Islam, what India identifies Islam has nothing to do with that. So if you go in Malaysia, you have to wear the particular cap. Is that Islamic? Mubah. In some of the Malaysians, unless you don't have that particular thing on your waist, nikah cannot be performed. So I said, why? That is mubah. In India, if I say wearing that, what you call, I don't know, they take a bed sheet or a sheet of cloth and they tie it around the waist on the different type of shirt pant they have got. They tie it. Without that, you cannot do nikah. That is a custom. In Islam, without that, you can do nikah. As far as wearing kurta, pajama and shirt and pant, if you remember the answer, the requirement for an Islamic dress, the criteria are 6 mentioned in the Quran Hadith. The first is the extent.